Okay, so here's a quick tutorial on how to create a name tag in Solidworks. Now, because we'll be using a Mac, okay, Solidworks was never made on the Mac, and unfortunately we have to use Windows, which isn't that much of a problem, but it gets a bit confusing because we're using a virtual machine. So we are using something called Parallels. So if Windows not's running, if you click that, and what it allows us to do is switch between Windows and Mac. Okay, dead easy. All drives are still shared, so it's not a problem. So we don't have to, insert USB disks and things to swap files about. It's dead easy. Okay, so first things first, get onto the Windows side and go to Start and open SolidWorks 2015 64-bit edition. Okay, I've already opened it at the bottom because it takes about a minute to open. Okay, first things first, you'll be greeted with a screen like this. We want to go to the New tab, go to Create a Part, click OK. Give it a second and you'll get a screen like this. Okay, now, first thing to learn is the view orientation. If you click that, you get this weird square. Now, at the moment, this will make no sense. It allows us to look around angles of the part. Now, currently we don't have a part, so it seems a bit useless to use, but it's worth noting. If we click the front, and that's where we're going to start from. Okay, so if we go to Features in the left, and then we go, if we go to Sketch, click Sketch, and then click Text. Now we can click anywhere on the front plane, and let's type in Dawn in the text box in the left. In fact, I'll do it all in capitals. Okay, now if we untick use document font and click font, and now what this will do is allow us to change fonts, change sizes, things like that. I find the best one to use is Impact because it's quite thick, and I also select bold as well. Now, if you've got points selected, you want to untick that and you want to click units, okay? So basically what this will do is it will select the size, the height of the actual text we want. In this case, because it's going to be a name tag, I'm going to guess it's about that big, so I'd say about 30 millimeters, which is 3 centimeters, okay? We'll click OK, and obviously it will work out. So that's the y-axis sorted, it will work out the x-axis itself. Okay, depending on the size of the name. Don't pick a name too long, usually use short names or nicknames, things like that. Stick to about 3 to 5 words. Now what you'll find is there's no connection between the words. So obviously if we're going to print it off, we would have each individual letter and obviously it wouldn't be much of a name tag. Simplest way to connect them together is just literally to put the width in the corner, okay, this percentage icon. If we change that to about, well, if you keep pushing down, I found 70 was quite good for this name, okay? And you can see everything overlaps pretty well, it all looks okay, and it's all going to attach, it's not going to break apart during printing. At the top, we click OK, and that's it. We've got our first bit done. We've got the X and Y axis done. Now what we need to do is we need to create a Z, okay, so to actually physically make it 3D. So if you untick Sketch, and then go to Features, and then you go to Extruded Boss Base, click that, and as you can see now, we can adjust the thickness of it. Now, some people like to use this and actually drag it manually, but I don't like using it. In the corner, we can change it. We don't want it too thick because otherwise it'll take forever to print. As soon as we're going to use it at the convention, it's probably a good idea to make it pretty quick. So I'm going to say about 2 millimeters thick. Okay, I'd probably do between 2 or 3 millimeters. Hit OK, hit the Enter key, and you'll find that we've got a thickness. It's automatically selected it at 2 millimeters. If you click the OK tick at the top, click that, and then there is our file. Okay. Now again, coming back to the view orientation, if you click it, it might make a bit more sense now. You can see different angles. So for example, you could look at the front, and then you could go back to the side view again, go to the side, etc. So you can look at all these different methods of looking at it, okay, which sometimes can be quite handy. Okay, last thing to do is to export it. So we go to the top, we go to File, we go to Save As, and we'll save it as an STL file. Now that's what Slicer, which I'll explain later in a video later, is used for. So we'll name it Dawn, okay, whoops, make sure that it's named correctly and that it is STL is selected. There it is. Okay, and as you can see, there's an old one I've done there. But what you need to do is you need to save in computer and Mac disk, because we're using a virtual machine. What happens is if we save on the Windows format, on the Windows partition effectively, it will be saving in its drive within the virtual machine. So we need to save the file outside the virtual machine so we can access it on the actual Macintosh, because that's what the 3D printer runs on. Okay, so easiest thing to do is if we go to Home, which is basically the home folder in Mac, go to Documents, and then here are my actual Macintosh documents. So we'll just put it in there. So it's dawn.stl, save it. Yep, we want to save it. Click OK, and then we're all sorted. We can close SolidWorks now, it's not a problem. It'll ask you to save again. You don't need to, because it's asking to save as a actual a SolidWorks format, not an STL. We're happy with that, so you don't need to save it. Okay, so that is it. We're done with Windows now. Let's switch to Mac. So now we're on the Mac side. If we go to Finder, and then we go to Home, okay, which is, can't even see Home. I don't think I have Home enabled, so it doesn't matter. We saved it in Documents, so let's click to Documents, and there we have our dawn.stl file. We'll drag it to the desktop because I like working on the desktop. Okay, using this file, we can then slice it, and then we can send it to the printer.